listen to this real quick, people. This is it's not that shocking to me. However, it pretty much sums up and microcosm what Trump supporters truly feel. Just listen to this. I'm only going to play part of this. I'm going to leave the link to the rest of this video in the description. But check this out.
Mr. Taylor, how are you? Nice to meet you. So you want to live in a white-only country?
Not necessarily white only, but a country that is clearly based on a European model in which whites will basically remain the overwhelming majority in perpetuity.
Okay, how do you achieve that?
Well, that's an excellent question. Donald Trump has got some first good steps in mind. He wants to make sure no more illegal immigrants come into the country, and he wants to make sure that all illegal immigrants here go back.
What happens with Asians? What happens with African Americans? What happens with Latinos?
What happens to my
You presented me with a very limited view of the United States.
You are promoting a process that will reduce my people to a minority. You want more power for Latinos. That comes at the expense of my people.
Now, listen to this. You want my people to become a minority. Listen to this. Seriously. Now, this is not for white people to take offense to this, but it's a fact. On the planet Earth, you are already a minority. There are more people of color. There are more non-white people on the planet Earth than there are European and European Caucasians. That is a fact. That is a fact. Why are they so afraid of there being more non-white people in America than there are white people? Mind you, they stole this land from the original inhabitants. They took it by force, and they claim that this is their country. But I'm gonna play a little bit more of this video, but just think about what is being implied here. This man is a Trump supporter wholeheartedly. Now you have to assume that in microcosm, this is what Trump supporters at their core really feel and what they really think. This isn't shocking to me. It's not surprising. It's what's shocking to me is that people do not realize that there are a ton of people in this country that feel like this man and Donald Trump does. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this because this is very interesting.
Power. We're 17% of the population,
Right.
and we only have 3 senators. So therefore, we don't have the political representation that we deserve.
And you want more and more and more.
Of course, because we only
How
have 3
much?
senators.
How much political?
At this point, 14 senators.
And 50 years from now, how many would you like?
Let's talk about 50 years from now. In 2044,
Yes.
white, non-Hispanics will become a minority.
Yeah.
Is that what you're afraid of?
Mr. Ramos, it's fantastic for you, for my people to lose power and become a minority.
See, and that's what it all boils down to, them losing power. These people are power hungry. They feel as though they should be ruling the world and everybody else should be underneath them. This is some sick shit. This is a sick mentality that these people have, that everybody else is supposed to be underneath them. But I won't do anything else to sway anybody's opinion on this. Do the research, man. Do the research. Do the history on what white people have done on this planet. I'm going to say this, and I hope you guys are listening. White people are afraid of genetic annihilation. They're afraid of genetic annihilation, which is why they're so afraid of becoming a minority. Because if there are more, and the thing is, they already are a minority on Earth. But if they become a minority in this country, what else do they have left? I guess that's how they're really figuring it. What else do they have left? They are afraid of genetic annihilation. They cannot mix with any of the other races on this planet and pull back their own genetic code, which is why they try to exterminate black people, because they definitely can't interbreed with us. I say interbreed like with dogs, but they cannot cohabitate with us sexually and come back with their genetic material being dominant. It doesn't work, which is why they like to get rid of us and talk all this, not mixing of the racist garbage. But in any event, you guys make up your own minds. But this guy, to me, has in microcosm pretty much summed up the thought process of the majority of Trump supporters. Because what else has he done to garner support from anybody other than speak to and run on a platform of white supremacy, so that more white supremacists can feel emboldened to say things like this? But in any event, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Like, learn, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.